Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It has kind of unintentionally turned into deep dive week because we're going back to Hoppipolla. Recently, more like 5 minutes ago, got off of watching their Enough MV. I mentioned it sounded familiar. Yes, it was part of the four songs clips that we watched. That's why it sounded familiar to me. But I hadn't seen the MV for it, and I'm more than happy because of it. But we're getting into their music properly now. Um, People have requested, when I asked for viewer requests and stuff in January, of course, people dropped the Hoppipolla suggestions. You resident hopers that lurk on my channel here have kind of like dropped Hoppipolla recommendations, like Opfern, Wonder, other stuff that they dropped, what have you. Um, Genda is like kind of the one that's been pushing me to do more, which don't feel bad about it or anything. I've just been busy. But we're getting around to checking out their music, and we're going to do a proper album listen. Because we're not doing a single. I think, what was it, the About Time single, because, well, those songs are on the Spring to Spring EP, if they are the same versions. If they aren't, well, we'll get around to them maybe later. But we're going to check out the entire Spring to Spring EP, beginning to end. Um, we've heard, what was it? We've heard enough already. We've heard our song already. In fact, we've actually watched that video twice on the channel already. And I can't remember if we've watched Sorang here on the channel or not. But knowing me, I probably didn't take in any of the lyrics because that's just kind of how my brain works. I get overwhelmed with the music, I don't take in the lyrics. So we're going to go through lyrics for every single song, well, apart from Marchen, because that's, I've been told, is an instrumental track. So, the lyric videos are going to be kind of all over the place because one person, I haven't been able to find one person that's done a lyric video for every single song on the EP, so we're just kind of going to have to jump back and forth with lyric video styles and stuff like that. So apologies in advance for that. Just kind of working with what we have. It was either this or just listen through on Spotify and not taking the lyrics at all. And I know with the number of songs that I've heard of on this album already, and kind of just how important the lyrics are, especially in a slower emotional ballad like this, I'm gonna need all the help I can get. So if you want to skip ahead to a certain song, timeline is going to have every single song annotated, so you can just jump ahead to whatever song you choose. If not, and you're just along for the ride, welcome. Tuck in, get comfortable, and let's go into it. Opfern, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Go down the octave. Interesting audio effect on this. It's like a repeating riser. Oh, it didn't do it that time. Love the little touch of someone going higher on the harmony there. Ooh. Someone is floating in my right ear. That has to be Hyun-sung, right? No one else can hold a note for that long. Interesting. Wait, hold on. Did... It's very atmospheric. It feels like it's a song that will be played in like the background of like a museum exhibit at a natural history museum. I don't know why I get that kind of vibe to it. It's very calming, but also it's like I think it's meant to be calming, but for me for some reason it puts my hairs on edge. Like I don't know what to expect from the song. Very interesting. I think the song, the way it has that weird kind of like staticky effect to it, I think is the main driver for that. It just feels so foreign. I love the vocals though. They're balanced very like I feel like they're balanced very treble heavy in this song, and I kind of like that because it fits with the aesthetic, I guess, of like the kind of like tinniness you get from the entire song having that little audio effect on it. And in the beginning, were they doing some like secret hidden message thing? Because it sounded like they were saying something and they flipped the audio on it. Sorry, Jino, I love your playing, but I want to find... Yeah, this part. That has to be, like, reversed, right? There's a hidden message in there somewhere. I'm gonna have to find that later. Okay, next. About time. Oh, it's only in 720p. That's fine. Ooh. It's slightly upbeat. Their chord sequence, occasionally I get like very similar vibes from like kind of like 1980s like lighter rock music. Like the chord sequence is very similar and the melodic sequence is very similar. I think that's why I can kind of like resonate with it a little bit better because that's the kind of music I grew up listening to. Nice harmony ad-lib there. How does he make those falsetto head voice flips so easy? Oh, and Jenna going staccato now. Oh, I love the way he trailed that off at the end. Very clever way of slowly bringing back the vocals. Is that Hyunsang flying up there in the background? There we go, now we're getting getting a little bit busier with the instrumentals again. Oh, is that how the song ends? Oh, why is it over? No, no, I want more. I want more. That was 5 minutes? That went by so quick. Oh my goodness. So pretty, so pretty. I find when I listen to Hoppipolla music, normally I think that like with how I grew up playing violin, I would lean towards like Jino. It's 'cause, like he plays an instrument that I'm very familiar with listening to, and it's kind of like a play style, and like it's the kind of sound that you can only get from a classical stringed instrument that like my ears really used to picking up. But I'm always so amazed at just how captivating Isle and Hyunsang's vocals are together. This song specifically, I didn't realize how much I appreciate Isle's like low tones as much. Surprisingly, I think this song is high for everyone. Well, I guess everyone meaning two people, but vocally, this song is pretty high. And I think that's why Isle's low tones stick out so much, because his like timbre he has, especially in his lower tones, is very recognizable within Hoppipolla in context of Hoppipolla music. And because no one else is hitting a register that low, which to be fair isn't even that low to begin with, I think that's why his voice sticks out so much for me. Like, the Daiogago is ooh, I don't know how to say that. Isojo? But like the way he pronounces Daiogago is so satisfying to listen to, because the way he flips from the high head voice all the way down to the low chest voice, and it like he like jumps 3 steps down, 1, 2, 3, and just immediately goes back down to what he needs to sing. And I think that's so cool to listen to. And the way he trails off the around the last word in this phrase, it's like he's taking the breath as well as taking an emoting on the last phrase. I think that's so cool. Nope. And then bring in Hyunsang. more accentuated trail. Anyways, if we listen to this entire outro again, this thing is going to end up being way too long. So, about time. Really good. Really pretty. Ah, Marchen. Yes. The instrumental track. There were performance clips and stuff, but I wanted to experience this properly, so... nice crescendo there from Youngso. Slow it down. A little bit livelier pace. Gino on pizzicato this time. Still going. Ooh. Oh, it is so wispy. It's almost like... Okay, now we're getting the richer, like broader bow strokes from Gino here. Oh, the song's in 4. Okay. Thought this was in 3, but 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. It's a 3-3-2 subdivision of an 8. I love that Gino is like call and responding with himself. I think that's so cool. A little bit of percussive action going here. Oh, there's a Gino cello slide. Oh, let's go, Youngso. There's a call and response again. Yes! You get into like the kind of like slap guitar style that Youngso does. Let it ring. Back to simple fingers. Slow it down. Oh, and the song isn't going to resolve itself at the end. Oh, you cheeky little booger. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk about this one. For like the good majority of like the last half of the song, you saw me just kind of like timing along with the song. I could not for the life of me figure out what time signature we were in for this until like I had to really pay attention to it. So typically a song of like this pacing would be in 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which this song, I think, technically could be in. I'm not that like caught up with musical theory, just because it's been a while since I was involved with music. But typically on like pretty much any like major song that doesn't feel like it has kind of like this swing typey beat will be in 4. Kind of is this way it is for pop music, and just the way it historically has been kind of like that slower like song that kind of makes you sway back and forth has been in 3. More upbeat songs have been either usually in 2 or 4. This song's kind of different in that the pacing could be broken into 4, but it's actually divided into a series of 3, 3, and 2 within an 8-beat form. So we'll just jump back to a certain spot and I'll count you in, and I'll point out why it feels confusing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I want you to pay attention to Youngso's guitar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's technically broken up into 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's such a cool way of messing around with timing a little bit, because there are songs that are written like this, where the song may be in 4, but it's accentuating a 3 and then leaving like an additional 2 at the end. And I think it's a musical thinker, and knowing kind of how Hoppipolla works, I can understand why. I mean, this is kind of like, I feel like this would be something right up Gino's alley, with his like formal classical cello training that he's gotten in. He studied in Europe, didn't he? And just, I was getting worried that we weren't going to be hearing a lot of Youngso in this album, mainly because I feel like he doesn't get a lot of recognition within Hoppipolla's songs as kind of like what you stereotypically call like your guitars within a band. Like, he doesn't have crazy shredding guitar solos. He finds ways to make himself known in the subtlest of ways, and I think that kind of puts him under the radar for a lot of people. Until I heard him come in on that slap section. Even this part here, like the fingerstyle way he's playing is hitting the strings a lot more aggressively in this part, and Gino's kind of letting Youngso shine a little bit. Because again, we're back into this very like what would typically be called like a rhythm guitar style, where he's keeping the rhythm and the downbeat. Even on this like slapping section, he's still keeping that 1 2 3 1 1 2 1 2 3. I think with Youngso in this song especially, the way his playstyle like evolves through the song, I think is super cool to listen to, because he really is just keeping the rhythm of the song and keeping the backbone of the song for the longest of time, and all of a sudden you feel it before you hear it when his like presence within the song slowly starts to grow, and then all of a sudden he's right in front of your face. I think that's so cool. Next, we've listened to this already, twice actually. I'm gonna try to pay attention to the lyrics this time and not get lost in the song, because I know what the song is like. So forgive me if I start kind of instinctively singing along. And apologies to my neighbors for that as well. But I caught bits and pieces of the lyrics, but I want to hear the full message behind it. And also, one thing I wanted to note that I might have forgotten in the MV, I love the way Isle's piano is just so forward when he comes in on this.
말 이젠 불안할 뿐인걸요. 내겐 어젯밤 그 순간보다 맘 아픈 건 없었죠. 사랑한단 말 그 말은 듣고 싶지 않죠. 사랑한단 말은 하지 마요. 안심시키려고 짓은 말아요. 노력할 필요 없이 그냥 지금 내가 필요했단 말 그거면 돼요.
Jeez, what a message. Don't need to tell me love you to reassure me for the fact. Just tell me that I need it. That's all I need. Oh my goodness. What a message. Don't lie to reassure me. There's no need to make an effort. Just saying that you needed me now is all I need. Jeez. So that is the direct translation instead of a now that's all I need. Just embrace me without a word. That's all my heart needs. That's the line that got me in there in the MV. This is the section I was talking about, where it's interior and exterior emotions of the same person.
사랑한단 말, 그 말은 듣고 싶지 않죠.
Yeah, that's super pretty. Wow, what a... I don't actually know if that fits better with the MV or not. Now that I like know what the lyrics are, is I don't actually, as much of like a cinematic beauty that MV was, I don't actually quite understand it, because it feels like the song feels like something about an unrequited love, and the other person is like trying to patch up the wounds after a rejection, but the person confessing to love is like, no, don't skirt around it, just tell me straight up, and just... What was that one line? Please don't try to fool my love. Please just embrace me without a word. That's all my heart needs. What a powerful line. Don't need a romantic. It doesn't need to be romantic, just needs somebody there. Wow. I'm not crying. I swear, I'm not crying. Okay, our song. Take 3 for this song, but this time, I'm paying attention to the lyrics, damn it. Oh, the font's a little bit tricky to read, but that's fine.
그런 줄 알고 있던 거죠. Maybe I'm afraid. 눈물에 젖은 밤들도 이제는 셀 수 없을 만큼.
You know, I kind of figured that Hoppipolla would be really good at like this emotional, like sappy stuff. Boy, was I right.
Hold me now, hold me tight. 희미해지는 마음과 아파했던 기억들도 잠시만 내려놓고서서. So open up your eyes and see 수없이 많은 아픔이 우리의 눈을 가려도 잠깐이죠. 늦지 않죠. So open up your eyes and see.
Again, we're getting this 3-3-2 breakdown here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1.
We never fall apart. I don't wanna blame. 내치는 기억들이 널 자꾸 놓아주지 않았던 날도 있었지. Hold me now, hold me tight. 희미해지는 마음과 잠시만 내려놓고 서서. So open up your eyes and see 수없이 많은 아픔이 우리의 눈을 가려도 잠깐이지 늦지 않아. So open up your eyes and see. Don't be
The head voice flipped.
아주 잠시만 흘러가도 좋다고. Like we never fall apart.
realized the bottom line for this was like actually moving. It wasn't static. Because Isle goes up here on the second part. No, it's Hyunsung that goes up on this part. It is Hyunsung that goes up on this part. I thought Isle was the one, but I remembered incorrect. Stand side by side. What was that lyric? Stand side by side, my song to walk. You'll never, like we never fall apart. This a little bit more hopeful of a way to end the song, but still like very emotionally moving, isn't it? This song I haven't gotten tired of yet. In fact, I think this song and Your Ocean, I mean, yes, those are like the first two Hoppipolla songs that even the comment section recommended me. But ever since hearing those and just kind of like hearing them pop up on my Spotify like shuffle when I'm out and about, makes me want to get a violin again and like maybe try learning the melody parts for this. I don't have a violin with me in the UK. I didn't bring it with me, and I can't play it here because, well, I live in student dorms with walls or papers and you know, as soon as I start playing that, noise complaints up the wazoo, so not quite, but there's a move in the future, in the near future, possibly. Nothing's set in stone yet, but very good possibility that if I do, I'm going to be buying a violin again, because I miss playing it, especially when I hear songs like this. Sorang, last song on the album. Already going straight into a harmony. This song's very interesting because they have like almost like that was not the direction I thought it was gonna go. But the song is like broken up into like a poetic section, an instrumental break, and then a one-liner. Very interesting. Nice little third degree separation there with the harmony. Oh, is this song kind of like an outro? Very interesting. It's like... It almost feels like the song is saying, like, don't be afraid to hold your emotions to heart and just let the bad ones slowly go away. It's kind of like a hopeful ending to the album. I think that's really clever because it's very short. It's what, 3 minutes? Let me actually pull up Spotify real quick. Okay, Spring to Spring by Hoppipolla. Opfern's 2 minutes. About Time 5:30. Marchen 5:43. Enough for our song 4:40. Sorang 3 minutes. Okay. Huh. No wonder it felt like I've been going for a hot minute. It's been 42 minutes? The album is 25. Dang. Thank you for dealing with me rambling, I guess. Yeah, Sorang just ends in a way where it's like, it wraps up the whole kind of tone of the album where it's like, yes, the world can be a very emotional place, but don't be afraid to wear it on your sleeve kind of deal. And it's like, I think it's a very appreciative ending to the album because it's like, this is kind of a sad album. Like, emotionally, this is an emotionally strenuating album. But the way it ends with Sorang and how it's kind of like hopeful, I quite like that. That's very cool. Yeah, that was a fun album to listen to. Oh my goodness, I am sorry this went so long. I don't know. I guess I'm just passionate about this group because it did not feel like this was 43 minutes, but it's been 43 minutes since I hit record, and I am so sorry for making you sit through all this, but this was such a good time. I know there's an MV for Let's that we haven't seen yet, to my knowledge, and then there's the, what was it, the Then There Was Us album, right? The one that Your Ocean was on, and Then There Was Us, yeah. That one we'll be getting around to coming up soon. But yeah, that's it from me today with Hoppipolla, or at least for this recording segment. I may go and do the Then There Was Us and Let's in a little bit. I've got a couple things I need to attend to, and then may jump back on it. So yeah, possibly another long format album listen from Hoppipolla coming your way soon. So if you're looking forward to that and you enjoyed, channel icon is up there. You can find the back catalog of stuff watched in the past. Drop a subscription if you want to keep up to date with whenever I upload new videos. And if you want to watch another video of mine right away, YouTube recommends you watch that video down there. And until next time, bye bye.